Well, Matt, it's been a week since the home game against Colchester, and I guess training has the weather this week affected training at all? Have you had to modify it at all to cope with the freezing conditions?
No, not at all, to be honest. Fortunately, with the new training ground that we've gone into in the summer, that we've got an excellent 3G on site. So no, it hasn't affected our training at all. And we've been on there all week. We haven't managed to get on any grass for obvious reasons. But no, we've had a good week's training and looking forward to the game, which, as I'm led to believe, is definitely on with the dome and the heaters they've got there, and the Tottenham ladies played there on Thursday night. So it's game on. We're prepared. We're looking forward to it.
And it must be, again, one of the benefits of having the new training ground, to have that facility and be able to go onto the 3G, because I guess otherwise it would have been quite difficult this week.
It's made a huge difference because I think if you're a different training ground, and when I've been at clubs before where you haven't had the luxury of 3G on the site, that you suddenly, on weeks like this or days when it's either cold or very wet, then you're suddenly scrambling around first thing in the morning trying to get a local 3G for you to go and train on, or when's it available, the timings of it. So it all can get a little bit messy and complicated. But no, thankfully here, and thankfully this season, that isn't the case. We don't have to move venues. We don't have to let the players know last minute of any change of plans. They just know they're coming as normal, and find out what surface we're on, depending on the weather.
And the mood must have been a good one after last Saturday's win, because that was a big win, wasn't it? Kept us well, sort of fairly comfortably in mid-table. And if you look at the league table, only actually now 7 points between us and the playoff position, so it's all very tight.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, as we know, it's been a bit of a hit and miss start to the season for us. Not as good as the last two, a little blip in the road, if you like. But every club, every team has those, and we've talked many times of the reasons for that. And what I believe that's for, but I really feel we're turning the corner now, and we're coming out the other side of that, and the results will show that, and the performances will show that as well. So I'm really pleased with where we're at.
Reflecting on last Saturday's game, important 3 points, good win. Very satisfied with it, I guess.
Yeah, against, like we say, forget their league position, look at the players they've got, and the quality they've got and the experience they've got. And it was a really tough game. I don't think it was helped. I felt it was a very stop-start game. Yeah, referees' decisions sometimes for and against, not just against us by no means. I'm not complaining about that, but yeah, just no real flow to the game, and in a tricky pitch with a crispy edge to it, and the conditions, and it wasn't one for the purists, but we managed to grind out, keep a clean sheet, and get another 3 points on the board, which is really important for us.
And just before leaving that game, I think we ought just to pass on good wishes to Alan Judge, who had to be carried off during that game, and who's been diagnosed with a very serious knee injury.
Yeah, I believe he's done several ligaments in his knee there, and you wouldn't wish that on anybody. But a terrific player, who's had a great career, and we just wish him a speedy recovery, and hopefully he plays football again. And look at his age and whatever, and the nature of his injury, it's going to be one long road of recovery. Obviously, we just wish him well, because you wouldn't wish that on anybody.
And now looking forward to tomorrow's game away to Leyton Orient, current league leaders, most people's favourites to get promotion, in front of what, certainly from there, I think it's going to be pretty much a sellout. Sort of game you really look forward to, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going to be a great test for us. Like you say, at the moment, the league's best team, because the league table certainly doesn't lie, and it doesn't lie when you're coming up to the halfway stage. So they've obviously had a terrific first half of the season and put themselves right in a very strong position for automatic promotion. So they'll be looking at this which is same for every club, coming into a very big and important Christmas period. So that it'll be a massive game for them tomorrow, like you say, in front of a massive crowd. And we just got to make sure that we go there well prepared, which we will be, with, I believe, a good travelling support as well. And it all sets up for a good London derby.
In the sort of situation of this, where we're the away side, that on paper, Leyton Orient will be the favourites. Is there a slightly different attitude going into a game like this compared with a home game against a side that's bottom of the table, or does it have to be the same each time?
No, it's a good question. Naturally it changes, because you are the underdogs. There's no way really a lot of people will say connected to the club that Sutton should be playing Leyton Orient in the league game. You know, so it just proves to everyone how well we've done over the last couple of years to be consistently doing that now. I know they had a spell in the National League and Sutton have played them in the league fixture before. But you look at the size of the club, the fan base, everything to do with them, where they've been, the history of the club. They're an established and well-recognised football league club, albeit a little period in non-league. But we've just come up and we're the new boys. So, of course, we're going in underdogs in every different way. But as we know with football and what we've done as Sutton United many times over the years is do well as the underdog. So we're looking forward to tomorrow's game. We completely respect them. They've got some really good players, and we'll have to be right at it to try and get something out of the game. But we're more than capable of doing that, and we go there full of confidence.
And unbeaten in 3 games ourselves in the league. So not just, as you said, picking up the form after a slightly uncertain period and in good form ourselves.
Yeah, and just turning the corner with a couple of injuries and the mood around the camp and the training and everything's just been picked up in recent times. And to go and back that up as well with 2 wins and a good draw away at Carlisle, and a good performance that maybe could have even turned into a win for us. As I said, we're totally respectful of Leyton Orient and what they are and where they are. But we go there really looking to try and get a result there tomorrow.
Now, you mentioned Kurt turning the corner with injuries. We had Ali Smith back at Carlisle. We had Harry Bushman back last Saturday. Both a huge boost, and presumably both no ill effects, and both likely to be involved in the squad tomorrow.
Yeah. There's no real updates on the injuries. They've come back and had another good week's training with them, with us. Ben Goodliff and Aaron Pierre are now back in full training. It's obviously too soon for them just now. They need to really build up their training and see if I can get maybe a game in for them over the Christmas period. I'll probably see them playing for us early January, hopefully. So that's real positive news. We have picked up a knock from our squad last week. So we are 1 down. I'm obviously not going to tell you that is, Tony, and give that information away and obviously inform you of the extent of the injury after the game. But we've picked up 1 more from the weekend. But as I say, other than that, we're in a good place.
And just on the long, you mentioned Ben and Aaron, on the longer term ones, Kobe Rowe is still struggling and yeah.
No, we've had some positive news. He's gone and had another update with a specialist this week, so he's actually a little bit ahead of schedule, and we're hoping maybe for an earlier return. So it could even be 6 to 8 weeks really with Kobe before he's back fully training, and then obviously we've got to build his match fitness up from them. So he's actually a little bit of positive news this week as well.
And just one player hasn't featured in the last 2 or 3 weeks. Kwame Thomas, I know he picked up a hand injury.
Yeah, he's just picked up a hand injury. Sorry, spit it out, a hand injury. But no, he's been training with the squad, and he's available as well.
Brilliant. Okay, and as we mentioned, should be a big crowd, lots of travelling support tomorrow, despite the train strike, and looking forward to a great game and a good atmosphere. Yeah,
and with the World Cup and still not many games on in the London area, and maybe a fair few postponements as well. I'm thankful that Orient have got the facilities to make sure that ours go ahead. Yeah, you're looking for a big crowd, a good London derby, and a game that's really exciting. And as I say, we're all looking forward to it. Yeah, we are as well. On the media side, we'll hope it goes well for us. Hope it goes well for you tomorrow, and we'll look forward to speaking to you after the game. Thanks very much, Matt. Brilliant. Cheers, Tony. Thank you.